What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing another modification to my 2015 Ford F350 6.7 Powerstroke. And what we're going to be installing today is a Sinister Diesel Hot and Cold charge pipe kit. Now, one of the main benefits of doing this is to have a better quality material, meaning a high quality aluminum versus a basic plastic, but mainly to increase airflow and allow for a better cooling effect because aluminum can dissipate heat faster than plastic. So these Sinister Diesel charge pipes are a 3-inch aluminum diameter, and the 4-ply silicone boots can withstand up to 400 psi. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's get it done. Okay, so if we just come up over here, these are the pipes that we're going to be swapping out. We have our hot pipe over here, and then we have our cold pipe over here. So basically, way down in there, there's going to be a little pinch clip. We're going to have to get a pry tool in there to release. We're going to have to come over here and loosen this nut here to release this spring bracket here. And then this whole charge pipe right here should pop right out. This one's going to be a little trickier. We're probably going to have to move some of these hoses just to get them out of the way to have a little bit more room. We're going to have to release some of the nuts on some of these spring-loaded clamps. I believe there's probably one here, there's one here, and then there's probably going to be one way down there. We're going to have to unplug these sensors here and get all of that replaced. So enough about that. Let's go open up the boxes and take a closer look at the Sinister Diesel Hot and Cold Charge Pipe Kit. Okay, so if we just come over here and take a closer look, these are the two kits right here. This particular one here is the hot side charge pipe there. This box here is going to be the cold side charge pipe. Now, these can be purchased separately if you want to do one at a time based on budgets. But if you plan on doing both, you can actually buy both in a combination kit and save a few bucks. So if we open up this box here, move out some of the packaging, you can see everything is nicely packaged. You're going to have your charge pipe right here. Looks like you have your adapter pipe here. You have a couple rubber boots, and then you have some new brackets. And then in this box here, if we open it up, okay, again, you have your cold side pipe here. Looks like you have your silicone boot, and you have some brackets. So again, this really shouldn't be that hard of an install. So let me go ahead and first start on taking these charge pipes out of the truck. Once we get those out, we're going to start putting the new ones in. So I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, so we went ahead and we removed both hot and cold charge pipes from the engine bay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the parts first so that I can kind of explain how to take them off. So this is going to be the hot pipe, which way back here towards the back, there is going to be this clip right here. That is located way back there, okay? So you're gonna have to take some type of, pick or something like this to reach back there. Is you're basically going to lift that clip up like that. Okay, you see how it's kind of like lifted up? Because otherwise it pops back down and locks into place. So all you gotta do is lift that clip up, that pops off. Then to get these brackets off, I just used a 7/16 socket right here. Basically, once you remove that clamp and you release that clip right here, this pipe pops right off. This pipe could be just a tad bit more tricky, and then there's going to be a boot with two clamps right here that you need to loosen up to disconnect this pipe from this section. And then this section here, if you look close enough, again, it's another one of those pressure clips. You just have to find a place to get a hook and get your hook under there, pop that clip up, and then this will pop right off. And then down below, there's going to be this boot here with two more clamps, which is your elbow that connects down at the bottom. So again, it's not that hard to take these out. You just have to have some type of a pick to get to these little clips right here, one here, and then one at the top of over there. Then you're going to need a 7/16 socket, some type of wrench to loosen up the rest of your clamps to get the rest of the rubber boots off. So now I'm going to go back up under here with a paper towel and just kind of wipe off some of those areas where there might be a little residual oil. Go ahead and wipe that off a little bit. If you come over here and look, I've already taken the parts out of the box. So this is going to be the upper hot pipe here. It comes with your rubber boots and your clamps and everything you need. And then you're gonna have your cold side pipe over here. And this right here is where you're gonna need this little ring, this compression ring, but it's one complete unit. It's not a separate unit with a rubber boot. So this is one complete unit. And then it does have your silicone elbow boot down at the bottom with two new clamps here as well. So again, shouldn't be that hard to put these back in. So let me go back up under the hood with a paper towel, wipe a few of those oily areas off, and then we're gonna start putting these back in the truck. So I'll be right back in a minute. So I went ahead and I just took my sensor out of the old pipe. It just basically twists about a quarter to a half a turn and it lifts straight out. So to install it, it's pretty simple. So you're basically just going to line that up, slide it in, twist it clockwise until it locks in place, and now you're in. Okay, so actually, I just started with the rubber boot first. Stick the rubber boot down in there, and then you're going to connect it down below, right down there. Once you get it seated on, then we can slide our clamps over top, then we can put our pipe in, then we can adjust everything, line it up, and we should be good to go. I found that it's easier doing it this way than trying to put the whole pipe in as a whole. It's just not enough room to wiggle everything into place. But if you start with the boot, then work your way up, everything fits. So let me finish this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the front pipe installed here. Now it was my mistake, but I did put a couple scratches in the finish because of this clip right here. When I was trying to shimmy this into place to get it to lock in up there and lock into the boot down here, I ended up scratching it. So again, my fault, but again, sometimes these things happen. So again, you know, pay attention. I would probably recommend, if you can, remove this clip here. Just pinch this clip and remove it out of the way while you're doing this install so that you don't run into the issue I did where you're actually scratching up the finish, bumping it up against this clip. But it is what it is. We make mistakes. And again, hopefully if you're doing this, you won't make the mistake that I did. But everything's installed, everything's plugged back in, so we're all good on the front charge pipe. Now we just got to go ahead and put our rubber boots on and connect the back charge pipe and we'll be done. So let me start working on that and we'll be right back. Okay, so far so good. So I went ahead and I started with the shorter pipe in the back with the metal clip. I don't know if you can really see it back there, but I have that little metal ring clip clipped in, mounting the shorter blue pipe to the back first. Then I took the shorter silicone boot, slid it onto that shorter blue pipe and clamped that down. Then I took the longer boot up here, slid that on down below and used the clamp to bolt that on nice and tight. So now all I have to do is take my hot pipe right here, slide it in position in between both boots, clamp it down, and then we should be good to go. So let me work on doing that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're finally done. So we went ahead and we got the cold side pipe installed. Again, it just slides on with this little metal clip here that locks into the grooves up here. And then you go ahead and take your silicone elbow boot and stick it down here. It connects to the bottom of this pipe using a spring-loaded clamp, and then it attaches down here, down at the bottom, with another spring-loaded clamp. And then you just go ahead and twist off your old sensor from the old pipe, stick it in, twist it about a half turn, locks in place, connect your sensor up here, you're good to go with that. Again, be careful with this metal clamp here that I'm touching, because when you're trying to shift this in place, I found out that it actually scratched some of the finish on the blue from doing that. So again, maybe wrap some tape around this clamp or see if you can slide that clamp out of the way. That'll help protect your finish of your pipe when you're doing this install. The hot pipe over here, I started with the blue pipe in the back. It's that shorter piece with a little metal clip. Clip that in first. Then I stuck the shorter boot on, tighten that down with a spring-loaded clamp in the back. Then I stuck the boot on down here, clamp that down at the bottom, and then I took the hot pipe, stuck it in at the top boot, shimmied it into position, and then I just pretty much had to kind of do a little bit of pushing and pulling and bending these rubber boots a little bit in the right position to get the bottom tucked into the boot, and then you push down, lock it into place, use your spring-loaded clamps, lock everything down, and you're good to go. So now everything's installed and we are good. So again, before you start your truck, you want to just make sure that all of your spring-loaded clamps and rubber boots are nicely tightened down. Let's go ahead and start the truck. Everything sounds pretty good. If you had any kind of leaks at these rubber boots, you would hear like a hissing sound. Right now I don't hear any hissing. Everything seems to be on there nice and tight. We are good to go. So that right there is the Sinister Diesel hot and cold side charge pipe for a Ford F350 diesel. And again, for any of you that are unfamiliar with Sinister Diesel parts, this company has been in business since around 2010. Their factory is based in California, so all of their parts are actually manufactured here in the US. They have a ton of different parts related to diesel trucks, so depending on whether you have a Cummins or a Duramax or a Powerstroke, they have a ton of different parts for you to choose from. So if you are thinking about doing any performance or just custom upgrades to your truck, definitely make sure you check out Sinister Diesel. Okay, everybody, so we're finally done. So we went ahead and we installed the Sinister Diesel hot and cold side charge pipe on my 2015 Ford F350 Powerstroke. Overall, the installation was really not that hard. It does get a little tight when you're trying to get your hands down in there to loosen and tighten some of those spring-loaded clamps, but it's really not that bad. Again, the benefits of upgrading your charge pipes is increased airflow and better heat dissipation. And on top of that, they look a lot cooler under the hood. But overall, the installation went pretty good. Everything fit, everything locked down, and I'm really happy with this purchase. So if you're thinking about upgrading and customizing your Powerstroke, I definitely recommend checking out the Sinister Diesel hot and cold charge pipes because they're great quality, they're easy to install, they increase your airflow, they help dissipate the heat faster, and they look awesome. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope this video helps some of you out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button to like this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And also do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I truly appreciate all of your support. And as always, see you in the next video.